All right, welcome to a random pipe lounge live Friday afternoon edition. Hopefully, you can see and hear me okay. I want to go live a little bit. Just got the idea today. Can't stay on too long. Do have plans to go over and meet Cat Dad Piper for a pipe in just a little bit. Have to plug in, otherwise we're going to lose this whole thing. Don't have a lot planned for this. It's just kind of a casual hangout Friday afternoon. Just got home from work. Probably the worst live stream of all time happening right now. Of all time. Hey, Central Cal Piper, welcome. Just got off work. Just got home from work. Thought I'd do just a short live meeting Cat Dad Piper here in a little bit. So can't stay on too long, but good to see you. Okay. Yeah, it's still pretty early over there. West Coast time, right? What, 2 o'clock, 2:13 then? I don't know why. I've had an inclination to do a live stream while smoking Capstan Blue. So that is what I'm doing. Getting ready to do a video on Capstan, just kind of my kind of wrap up final thoughts on my Virginia tasting. Well, glad you could join in. You are the first to jump on pretty quick. I didn't know. I never know how many people are going to come on. I know Chad Yardism is doing a live right now too. Just stopped over there a few minutes, but I don't know. I don't live stream very often, but every once in a while, I get a desire to. That's kind of how I got started on YouTube. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be going back to the Burley blends. Well, I'm still enjoying Burley blends now, but I'm just focusing on some Virginias. And you know what? I like pipe smoking, so it doesn't really matter what it is. I mean, there are definitely some blends I don't enjoy. Not huge lot of Kia fan. Hey, Lethal Precision, welcome. But even a lot of Kia to a degree, I do enjoy it. But I think really focusing on Virginias for a little while, just it has shown I have shown myself that I really do like Virginias, and they're definitely kind of the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to Burley, um, where I enjoy those kind of cocoa nutty notes of Burley. Um, I don't know, how do I describe, because Virginia is very nuanced. It's not just like one thing going on. There's different types of Virginia. Obviously, bright, dark Virginias. Red Virginias are kind of their own thing. Welcome, Chad. Glad you could join in. Not going to be on too long. Got plans to meet up with Cat Dad Piper this afternoon, but should be able to give it a good 30 minutes or so. And I don't really have anything planned. So if anyone has any idea on any questions or any topics to talk about, please put them in chat because I just wanted to come on and smoke some Capstan Blue. I don't know, talk about it a little bit. Getting ready to do my video. Probably do a video on it this weekend. And definitely have formed an opinion, but it's not. I mean, there's like I've been. So I first had Capstan Blue about a month ago, so still very new to it. But I was. I've been pleasantly surprised because I've heard so many varying opinions about it. Some people love it, um, and then some people don't get a lot out of it. So I thought, well, maybe it's going to be something that I don't really get a lot out of it. All right, 92 degrees. I don't know what we're sitting at right now. It's not bad. It's probably in the 50s, but it's been getting pretty cool here. So now, like 55 feels pretty warm. I normally have a weather, like a weather report thing going on here. Oh, 70. There we go. Yeah, sitting at a nice 70 degrees. Yeah, and it feels seasonably warm right now. It's very, very enjoyable. You asking about Capstan Blue, Chad? Well, it's a base of Virginia. So I'll read the tin description. It says ripe Virginia tobaccos have been selected for this blend. The Virginia tobaccos are pressed into a block, cut into slices, and then this is ready rubbed. That doesn't really. That wasn't a very good description. So it's basically bright Virginias, and yeah, it's got like a tangy, kind of sweet, tangy tin note, and then it's topped. It's a navy blend, so it's topped with a little bit of rum. Maybe it's definitely rum, but you get some like brown sugar, molasses notes out of it. All right, thanks, Central Cal. Thanks for stopping by. So it's definitely it's. I tend to like navy blends. It's not the strongest navy blend I've ever tried. Said that's my favorite blend of all time. Um, Something like the Peter Stokely Navy Flake, Luxury Navy Flake. That's a really good one. But kind of as I've lived with it for a while, it's very subtle. But those kind of nuances, they kind of appear and withdraw at different times. So I've really enjoyed it. It's just my only issue. My only issue with it is I don't know, they're pretty proud of it. They kind of charge a premium. Which I don't mind if the blend is worth it. I tend to be fairly cheap. Um, I think it's worth it. So, like for me, if I picked up a few tins and saved them, smoked them throughout a year, it's not that bad. Um, so at the same time, I'm kind of also smoking some bulk blends as kind of a comparison, maybe an alternative. So with that, I'm smoking Newminster 400, so-called Superior Navy Flake. So also a navy blend. It's a little different. It's a little bit different of an animal. But I think it compares fairly well. That one took a little bit. I can't say I was getting a lot out of it. A lot of people say you need to age it, and I tend to agree because actually got a sample from Smarty Bob in the GAW that I won and had a little bit in there, and that's totally different. That definitely has those kind of graham cracker bready flavors, a little bit of molasses coming through on that one, and that's a year old. That's only a 2022. I am having a heck of a time keeping this one going. But also like Sutliff Sweet Virginia, that comes as like a broken flake. That's not a navy blend, but it's basically a bright Virginia with. I read somebody said it's honey topping, but it's like a sweet topping on that. And in that case, if you're just looking for like a kind of a sweeter smoking Virginia, that's a bulk blend that I would really recommend. I wouldn't let that one sit around too long without being jarred because I got a little bag of it, and that's been sitting around about a month now, and I feel like maybe it's lost a little flavor. But I did enjoy. I've been mixing that with a little bit of the Cornell and Deal red Virginia ribbon. And that red Virginia ribbon, I think that's something else. That really gives a nice depth of flavor. Now you can smoke it on its own. It may be a little much to me on just on its own. I don't know if I mentioned, but I am smoking that in my BBB. That's Britain's Best Briar. Thorneycroft estate pipe from like late 50s. It is a fantastic smoker. I tend to prefer filtered pipes. It is unfiltered, but it's really hard to beat, especially for the. I think I picked this up for like $42 on eBay. Hey Todd, how's it going? Just enjoying a little bit of a Friday afternoon here. Just got home from work. Got plans to meet Cat Dad Piper in a bit. For a pipe, of course. So I'm just getting a jump on it. Yeah, I had a pretty good week. I mean, it went pretty fast. Was looking back today and I felt like, man, it was a long week, but it went by fast. It was Thursday. No major problems at work. And they brought a beer cart around this afternoon. So that's always a bonus when that happens. One thing I will say about this pipe is, well, like other non-filtered pipes, I do find it smokes a bit harsh. You get kind of that. I tend to get more of like an ashy taste with it, which even with like a balsa filter, it seems to take that away. But I get that. Plus, I don't know if I have other pipes with ebonite stems. I get kind of a weird, like burning rubber taste with this. not all that pleasant. I'm not smoking it hard. And at first I thought, this was like a reconditioned pipe. I thought maybe like polishing compound or something could be getting a taste of that. But I've cleaned it, several times. So, and to be truthful, which I think mentioned this when I showed this pipe off in a video, I mainly got this pipe for display, but I wanted one that I could, enjoy and smoke as well. Found this really nice, like glass, I don't know, Art Deco style ashtray at Goodwill. And I just have a cabinet with some odds and ends in it. And I put the ashtray in, and I thought, wow, I need a pipe to go in there too. And I couldn't just choose one of my pipes. I had to find I wanted to find like a real vintage estate pipe to put in there. It's a bit of a curio cabinet, but enjoying a pipe right now, Todd, or just jumping online quick? I realize depending on where you are, it's still a little bit early for a lot of people. I'm gonna go with the Zippo. Got some half and half going. Very nice. Yeah, half and half was my blend for the Codger Challenge. I'm sorry to say that. All right. Don't know if we're back online or not. I lost my internet connection for a second. Yeah, looks like we are. So anyway, I was talking about that tub of half and half. It didn't feel like it had very strong half and half flavor, which that's one of the reasons I like half and half. So after the Codger Challenge, I went and picked up a pouch of it from a local place, and that was all good. So I don't know. I must have just got maybe a weird tub of it, but I haven't had any since I finished that pouch. And since then, I've kind of bought a lot of different stuff. Um, I really prefer just to kind of stick to a few things, but this year I've been trying to branch out a bit and try different things like the Virginias and I don't know what. Just a few blends that were suggested, like the Paladin said, the Hearth and Home. Can't remember what it's called, like Vintage Burley or something. That is really good. Mm. Yeah, so I wanted to do this Virginia thing, revisit, because I originally wasn't going to do Orlick Golden Sliced, but between like Mark Spade was talking about it, I saw his video. He had, I think it's a 100-gram tin where you get those big long flakes he pulled out. That just made me want to go back to it. So I had to give it another try, and honestly, I really like it now. So I must not have had like a really bright citrusy Virginia before that, because I remember when I got it, I just thought, "Oh man, what is this?" It was the same time I bought Solani aged Burley Flake, and I thought, "Oh, I'm gonna be all about Solani aged Burley Flake," and I hated it. Now, apparently, the recipe has changed because I don't know what I was tasting, but it tasted like it. We'll just say very organic, like dirt. I don't know. Considered trying that one again, but now it's changed, so I got to try the new recipe. Typically, not someone that likes a lot of variety. I like a little variety, but to kind of know what I like, you got to try a bunch of different things. I hate the process of getting new stuff and then finding that you don't really like it. Because well, I mean, now I could probably give it. I could probably find someone to send it to if I really wanted to, but I really can't throw anything away. So even if I have a blend I don't like, I'm gonna try to smoke through it. A lot of times that is mixing it with something. Oh yeah, earlier this year, I the cherry blends. I've been wanting to try some cherry blends. So there was a ton out there. You can't buy them all. So I got three. Middleton Cherry Match from Sutliff, and I got Sutliff Cherry Cavendish, and Peter Stokeby number 3 Cherry. Out of all those, only the Peter Stokeby number 3 is I would consider decent. Mixed all together, I kind of made a garage blend, and they're okay. I have to imagine the Middleton, the real Middleton, was better than the match. I didn't I didn't at first taste any cherry, got tongue bite, and it just smoked harsh, very ashy. I just missed out on Middleton. It was around a little bit when I started, and I never got it. And by the time I was going to, it was gone. I'm sure I could still get some if I really tried. I don't know. I think cherry's hard to do. Even my favorite cherry blend, I'll say Briarworks Cherry Cobblers is my favorite cherry. I just had that again a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, and I liked it. But yeah, I'll admit it kind of has a chemical aftertaste. I think cherry is just very difficult to do in tobacco. That's another thing I'll talk about um, just a little bit, I guess, is I tend to like natural flavors like Burley Virginia Perique. That's right up my alley. I, like a lot of people, started with aromatics, and they quickly fell off for me. I don't know. I still enjoy them a little bit. But you kind of read these names and descriptions, and you think you have this idea, like, oh, it's going to taste so much like vanilla maple caramel or something. And I don't know, for me, there's just a lot of disappointment there because I think even in the name, right, aromatic, we're not talking about taste. Hey, Captain Kirk, how you doing? Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday. Just got home from work a little bit ago. Thought I'd do a quick live meeting up with Cat Dad Piper here in just a bit, so I won't be on much longer. But been wanting to live stream a bit, enjoy some Capstan Blue, which it's getting down there. But yeah, aromatics, like they're supposed to smell good, right? And then not necessarily taste whatever the topping is. Although you want to taste that because they always sound so good. But they can be kind of wet, smoke harsh, be bland in flavor, or you get just a tiny bit of flavor and then it's gone. Oh, nice. Meet up with Smarty Bob and those guys. Cool. Have a good time. I would love to meet up with Smarty Bob. Um, not gonna get quite that far over into Indiana. I do have got a little bit of a Chicago trip coming up. I'm not, as far as I know right now, I'm not planning to meet up with anybody. Just a friend I know there. But yeah, someday I think maybe I'll make it to the Chicago show next year. I don't know. But yeah, that'd be great. It's not that far, but the farthest I've been into Indiana was like Hammond or Highland, Indiana. Yeah, cool, cool. I'll have to keep it in mind. So like this year, I happened to be off the Friday. I was off work that Friday, but I was in the Codger Challenge, so I should have just blown. I should have just gone, right? But I wanted to stay true to the Codger Challenge, which had just started. And I had a great time with it. But it would have been the perfect time to go, actually. I've often wondered about going to show. Like, I'm not all that outgoing. I'm not one to like walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, how are you?" I'm like, I see that person over there. I think that's Michigan Piper or something. And be like, I'll just stay over here. Which I know Doug's a great guy, but I think if I go to a show, I'd have to leave that all behind and just be like, hey, how you doing? Because that's isn't that what this is all about? Just camaraderie, making friends, and just smoking pipes, talking about life. It's it really is a social network type thing. You guys have a pipe shop there you're going to, or is there a pipe club meeting that people go to? I saw on Cat Dad Piper did a video not long ago, last week, and Relaxed Piper had commented on that I think he's in Nebraska, near like around Omaha maybe. Um, and we're kind of in eastern Iowa. So we're not all that close, but maybe we could meet up. I think there's a pretty decent tobacco store near Des Moines. Clive, Iowa might be a meeting place or something. We've been meaning to get there, and we talked about going there a couple years ago. Talked about going up to Minneapolis and meeting with Doing It Wrong, Sam, but we haven't got up there either. It's just hard. I think everyone's got time commitments, and it's hard to get away sometimes. Cool. Yeah, as far as I know, we don't have any kind of pipe club around here. Um, I kind of looked into it when I first was getting started back in like 2018. I found a guy on Facebook. Trying to remember his name. He was under the name Huck's Pipes. He's a pipe maker. He used to live in town here. He's since moved a little further away, but I asked him if there was a pipe club in the area, and he didn't know of any. Just he said sometimes people come over and hang out at his place, and we never got back together again. It's just he kind of. I think he got out of pipe making for a while. They had a kid. He had different responsibilities, so I think he was working at a local brewery, which I didn't know about either. One of my favorite local breweries. Well, there's not many, but it's a good one. So now he lives about an hour away. So, I mean, that's still doable, but it's kind of weird. I don't really know him. He doesn't make videos. He used to do some stuff on Facebook, but I think since he moved, he's trying to get his shop back together, and that would be cool too. Um, his pipe style really wasn't mine. It was more freehand. Um, but yeah, it'd be cool to know a pipe maker personally. I suppose there's always that option. You could just make your own pipe club. I don't know that I want to take on that responsibility, but me and Cat Dead Piper, we're kind of our own pipe club here. And then we had another friend, Kenny, Eagle Talon Piper. He's since kind of moved on. He doesn't. I think he decided pipes weren't for him, but he's a great guy. We still get together from time to time. Hey, Devious Piper, welcome. I am doing fantastic on this Friday afternoon. Thanks for stopping by. I will say I'm only going to be on maybe 5 more minutes, and then I have to go to another pipe meetup. But yeah, I'm glad I had some people on here. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Lives are weird. Lives. So the first thing I ever did on YouTube was a live stream, just to test out kind of how how it was. I didn't even really intend to post that on my channel, but hey, it went up, and I immediately got comments on it, and people were like, "Hey, how you doing?" Great encouragement to get involved, and it still took me over a year to actually make a video. I was 2021 wasn't a great year for making videos. I wasn't able to concentrate on it, so I just put that off. But since I have been, it's been a fantastic experience, and I would encourage anyone to at least make an intro video just to say hello. So you guys in your espresso videos, you got me thinking about espresso. And I emailed Java Jake for that coffee giveaway that Smarty Bob did, and had to ask him his opinion on espresso machines. And I don't know that I'm ready to jump into that, but I mean, I guess I am because I kind of want to at least explore that. All right, Virginia Cream. That's a GLPs, right? Am I thinking about the right one? That's pretty good. I have a sample of that. I've had it before. Yeah, well, the machine that Java Jake recommended was on sale for like 500 bucks. So I realize I'm not getting into a cheap element of coffee. Um, I don't know. I might have to go. I don't know. And of course, Pipe Shed. His video his video was pretty amazing. Like I think that sold me on it. And then Devious Piper, I saw you did an espresso video too. I'm like, I don't know. I might have to get into this a little bit. Oh, I just like a good cup of coffee. I'm not crazy obsessive about it. But coffee and a pipe, that's a very hard combination to beat. Yeah, I mean GLPs overall, I don't think I've ever had anything I didn't like. I think they are yeah. Mike Breyer Blues was talking about it the other day on his live. That's blended by Cornell and Deal, and I think that's some of the best blends they do. Although there's a lot of regular C&D stuff I like too. I'm a Haunted Bookshop fan. Well, I didn't have it for almost a year, and I went back to it, and I was like, yeah, I understand why people think it tastes like cigarettes. Um, it was probably kind of young as a blend, and now I've had it here for over a month, and it's really, it's still one of my favorites. Yeah, a few years ago, I got a French press, and then last year I got my grinder, my coffee grinder. And Cat Dad Piper is a big advocate of Chemex, and I think it's probably a good way to go. I haven't got one yet, but I think like pour over coffee is probably just a good way to make coffee in general. Yeah, I mean, Kirk, normally for me, I've been grinding fresh coffee beans every day, but I just use a Mr. Coffee drip machine and I clean it out a couple times a year. Um, I find it's pretty good. I was surprised when I had another coffee machine that was okay. I was gifted the Mr. Coffee for Christmas a few years ago, and I was surprised like how good it actually was because they built in like where the water comes out. It's kind of like a shower, so it's not like shooting water too hard on it. Still a drip machine, but for just something that I can put a couple scoops of coffee in and push the button, I think it's pretty decent. So, okay, I sorry to say I do have to end the stream because I have to get over to Cat Dad Piper's place, but appreciate everyone stopping by for this very quick impromptu live. I enjoy live. I do enjoy live streaming despite only doing it a handful of times. It's live. It's like live theater. You never know what's going to happen. My internet's not the best. I think we dropped out once, but it came back. So, all right, this weekend I am planning to post my Capstan Blue kind of impressions review. So, if that's something you're interested in, Devious Piper, you said you like the Virginia Sweep series, which is great. I'm glad to know somebody enjoys watching the videos. So, with that, I'm going to say you take care. Have a pipe. Take the time. Take care of yourself. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye now.